go.
Kicking off.
Mad Soul Child doing the first band.
Oh man, the names are actually pretty thing to see. But the early Oriana brand coming from
Early
Mad Soul Child.
Oriana band. This shows hope. I love this already. So banning an Oriana is a rather team player kind of character. So when you take away the Oriana, either that you did your research that you know your opponent's gonna play a lot of her, has been playing at least has been playing a lot of her. You want to take her away, or you have a set composition in your mind and you don't want to meet up against the Oriana. And then 4-pin follows up with the Garen band along with a Silas band on the left side. Ooh, it looks like we won't be seeing any OP heals this game.
Oh, Pantheon, hello!
Well, it's actually a goodbye, but yeah. Since he is now taken off this game.
It's kind of funny. I haven't seen a lot of at least games that been shoutcasting where the Pantheon was chosen, but don't worry, it's all good. No hard feelings.
I think we'll see it eventually. I mean,
I hope so. I hope so. I would like to learn something new. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you watch this game and it's played by a very much better player, you're just like,
you learn technical skills. Oh, looks like blue team missed out on a ban right there. I'm not sure if it's a technical problem, but I guess we'll have to overrule it for now.
Maybe it's
Oh dear.
I don't need more enemies.
Alright.
Oh, and the Leona gets locked in. Along with the Senna band, which I forgot to call out, by the way.
Callista again.
Callista being locked in. This is the second time we've seen it today. Not too sure if it's just due to the popularity that has been coming around with Callista, or just preferability, because Callista itself, it is a very hard character to master. It takes a little bit of skill and a little bit of time to get right at her, but hopefully, since his name is literally Kaisa Picker, I dare to say that the Callista is actually going to be at the bot lane.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh my god, Kaisa Picker.
Or maybe he's gonna try and pull out the shy talk. You know, maybe
Impossible. When you play Kaisa, you tell people you're an ADC. Weird
Yeah,
though.
that's
Blue team doesn't ban out the Kaisa. And Lazarlight locking in on the Thresh. Ooh, the
really
names...
excited to see the Nunu and Shen playing on the Rift.
Agreed. Nunu is a character that is not really strong in recent patches, but his engage is definitely strong. So if you can start snowballing, well, literally and figuratively, if you can start snowballing your lanes up, Nunu will be a strong character in the early phases, and he will start feeding your carries the supplements to get fed.
The supplements.
I don't know if you agree to this, but I think honestly Nunu is such a brain dead champion. It really is.
I mean,
It's
explain,
just-
like, why do you think that?
Like I mean, you don't really need like fingers to even play Nunu. All you have to do is just land your snowball and just hopefully you can kill them fast enough or like knock them down fast enough.
Well,
for
if
the
you
enemy to- for
put
the
it that
enemy
way,
to-
then you're a little bit wrong, because right, Nunu's skill is rather straightforward. You press a single button and then you start snowballing. Literally, the snowball thing. You start rolling up your snowball, but that's the standard way of playing Nunu. But if I've met a couple of Nunu players where they're really creative about their pathing, so you can suddenly see an Amumu coming in from the river. That's the standard, right? But all of a sudden you also see a Nunu coming in from your backline. All of a sudden it's coming from the enemy's backline. There's a lot of approaches coming in with Nunu, especially when he starts to snowball, getting that additional movement speed from the the longer he snowballs. So if a good Nunu does come around, interesting pathing will be will be shown here.
That's pretty true. Hopefully we can see that kind of pathing, especially for a Nunu Shen, where he could, as what you said, go behind
Exactly.
enemy lines. And the Shen could, smack them with a taunt.
Exactly. Now we see a Leona locked in on bot lane. It could potentially mean that they're looking very heavily in the bot lane. They're gonna try to snowball the Ezreal as well as an Azir being locked in. Ooh, the blue team is looking really strong right now.
Combo team.
Now, as for the red side, Elysian is locked in as well as a Wukong and a Thresh. So again, Kalista Thresh, a very standard pick, a very standard combo that people go for. And for the last pick, a Rumble is locked in. So Rumble is just, it's in a way, I'm just gonna put it outright, is that it is a direct counter for Shen. Because when Shen uses his skills, he gets an additional shield. That's first. The other thing is that he has a zone where you will miss all your auto attacks. Now with Rumble, you ignore all that. You can still run it in face deep, going in 1v1 against him in the early game. So now, Rumble being locked in the early game, he won't lose out against the Shen, and he will be very strong in the late game as the game goes on. Or it could be a Rumble mid, but I really doubt it.
Can Rumble be used as a mid? Really?
Yeah, recently there's been a lot of Rumble mids, really.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Although I'm not too sure. Actually, I can't say for sure. I'm not too sure which character will go where. Because Wukong into Azir is not gonna be a good fight, especially when their team is called 4 pros and 1 noob. I don't think you're ballsy enough to put a Wukong into an Azir. It's gonna be a hard fight. But it falls to maybe that guy is more comfortable on playing Wukong, so he might go for a Wukong mid. But now that I called it out, I think Wukong might be heading top and Rumble will be staying in mid.
Actually, maybe the team 4 pros 1 noob are actually doing mind games to you. Maybe it's actually 4 noobs and 1 pro. They just wanna make it sure that everyone think that they're all pros.
However, Sun Tzu Art of War.
The one account that doesn't have the ranking is the pro. He actually boosted all 4 accounts to diamond beforehand.
Exactly.
That's illegal, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. You should not share your account with anyone. If Yorina ever finds it out, they will lock down your account. Just so you know, account sharing is not recommended.
You don't want to know the amount of times people PM me for their account back. It's even though I don't even work for Garena, just because I'm part of the Clash server.
Oh, dang. So which means a lot of people are trying to boost accounts and they're just like, oh wow, okay, I got banned. Whoopsie daisies.
There's really a lot of people boosting accounts in this server. You can easily find them.
Not only in this server, there is the infamous Korean player. He is very strong. What is his name again? I don't remember his name right now, but basically he boosts a lot of accounts, and he is very well known for boosting accounts. And then Dopa, thank you, Zetster. So yeah, Dopa, I don't know if you guys heard of this name. So he was a very strong player and he boosted a lot of accounts. When the LCK came around, he wanted to join in, but with his history, Riot banned him from tournaments. So he is one of the strongest players that wasn't allowed to join any competitive scene.
Oh, dang. So Riot really takes all of that seriously. I mean, you can't have a pro career at all if you're a repeat offender of the whole boosting other accounts.
There's a lot of examples out there, but yeah, but I would definitely say Riot's taking the right path, trying to stop all these bad behaviors, because when you get your account boosted, you're putting it's not that, okay, sure, it looks pretty for you and then you can show it off to your team or your friends or your for probably girlfriend. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge.
But I get what you mean.
Hell yeah,
it-
dude.
it's
Hell
it's
yeah.
not sexy for the 4 other people you're queued with. You're just like, oh my god, why are you so?
Yeah, yeah. You number one put yourself in the hard position where you have to play against really strong players, and number two, you put your team in a position where they don't know how to help you out. So these leads to people raging out and calling each other or smurfs or maybe even boosted accounts and stuff like that. It's just due to the amount of repeated offenses that happen. So yeah, I really do want to hope that really do want that the server turns around and be a kinder server. That's why most of my content personally on my live stream, I try to reward people who are kinder towards each other. So when I do spot a player in my solo queue games or whatever who is really kind, I try my best to reward them one way or the other.
Oh, that's fair enough. Encouraging good community.
Ooh, wrong button.
One step at a time.
Oh,
One step at a time.
Exactly.
Every small bit counts.
Ooh, the Rumble coming in with the heal. So with that, I can confidently say that the Rumble is really pro. I would definitely call that out, and he is definitely going to the mid lane.
Or maybe he was playing ADC last game and he forgot to change his summon spells.
No, this is definitely normal. Because I've seen I watch a lot of competitive games out there. So LEC, Caps locked in on a Rumble mid as well. So when I saw him, he picked up heal instead of teleport or ignite, and I was so confused. But then when the fights happened, it popped. When you press the heal button, you heal yourself, and you get an additional movement speed. So with that movement speed, he could use that movement speed to run it down towards the enemy to start down the Rylai, the slow, and stuff like that. So
It's actually insane.
yeah, so and you may ask now, why would you go for the heal instead of the ghost then? The ghost is clearly a better movement speed buff, and it's on a, I'm not too sure if it's on a shorter cooldown, but I think it's on a shorter cooldown compared to the heal. But in the case where you're the Rumble, you're rather soft, you get any sort of additional health is gonna be helpful. It's gonna be helpful for the Rumble.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense in hindsight. I mean, like in the beginning, most people will be like, "What are you doing, man? What's going on? You crazy?"
You crack! Look at that. The Nuno is pinging it. So if you look over here, Nuno just pinged the Rumble's heal because he's confused on like why this is locked in. But the viewers know now, and if he's watching the stream, you would know too. So be warned.
But yeah, speaking of which, if you are from the team and actually watching the stream, please not. It's actually, in a sense, this is cheating. But since it's 3-minute delay, I don't think you can do anything about it. So keep watching.
Discourage them to re-encourage them, tearing them apart and building them up again.
Exactly.
Run, you sly bastard. Alright,
if you're
so
part of the team when watching this, please do the right thing. Turn the stream off.
I agree. Definitely just turn it off.
Before you turn the stream off, please share the stream and then turn it off.
Alright, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, so both teams start off respectfully in their own jungle. So Nunu shouldn't be looking for too much right now. So remember the other day where I played, when I talked about Warwick, right? He has the potential to level 3 a dragon. So
yeah,
Nunu has the same potential. So if the Nunu, I don't think he's gonna do it with his current pathing. But Nunu basically has 2 smites, his actual smite and his bite. So when he bites, he heals a certain amount of health, and he takes down quite a bit of health on neutral minions as well. So it's enough to sustain him in the dragon. So people could probably play around with that and could make that happen. So Sate is making a huge...
Oh, that was like taking the first blood.
an aggressive start off coming in from Set, but Lazulite with a Ignite decided to just turn it around and turn the fight. Also, Lazulite hit 2 before he did that, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Recognize the level 2 advantage.
Respect the Wukong, man.
As a Shen player, I could really see that he tried to be confident with the with the damage of his Q, he's comfortable in trading with him, but he didn't really realize that the Wukong could still turn around and burst him down. Maybe that's why he got killed there. He was underestimating the damage from Wukong.
Most definitely. So, coming in from the 4 pins. Oh, hold on. Lazulite getting caught out by Echo and Set. Now they're trying to rotate it around. Lazulite making a good dash and flash. This is certainly not a noob as he gets out of that fight rather easily.
Definitely not a noob by the way he's moving.
Okay, that's pro number 1. Okay, we gotta find. Okay, like how
We gotta find the rest of the pros.
We gotta find the noob.
Ooh, shall we play the game that we did yesterday? Find a noob
Yeah.
4 pins.
Huh.
So far we
Who's
don't
the
really see
noob?
much other action, so we just gotta wait.
Ooh,
until-
Mr. Bear going in with a Shuriman shuffle, lands a small bit of poke on Nakji there, and then Echo. Oh wow, this is really confusing because Echo's another character. There you go. Nakji rush it down a little bit on Mr. Bear. Will take a huge chunk of his a huge chunk of health from Mr. Bear.
Well, although we don't know who the noob is, we knew that ZZZXXTCC is the team captain. So the captain's the bottom.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He recently changed his name, and we got notified by John that it's been changed to ZZZXXX.
And they are going in for a deep dive right there. The Thresh tanking quite a bit of damage and then just backs out, but will give emotion away for the blue team. And I just realized, Kaiser Picker did not play the Callista. He is the support in the end.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And now Set going in for another trade on Lazulite. Will survive. Oh wow. Will win the fight.
Oh.
Okay, so he will win the fight and was able to, as Echo comes in and helps secure the kill. So you got a little bit confused on why Echo suddenly turned back, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so, ooh, look at that. Very strong engage coming in from Echo. Oh, will be in a 2 versus 1 situation. Now, he's trying to get away, but with his current state, he would not be able to survive for even the slightest bit of a time. And we'll go down to the red team. Okay, back to the Nunu being confused. Okay, so just now Wukong used his clone, so he was invisible. So Echo wasn't too sure if he went back up into the lane to go to secure the kill on Set, or did he ran away.
Well, although
Ooh, Set
we
going
know the
in
answer now.
really deep. Oh, and will be able to flash away for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
And Lazulite secures the kill. Mad Soul goes in for the stun and will just give himself up as Nakji throws the ultimate, comes down to the bot lane. Ooh, with the lantern, we'll get out of that alive. Very strong plays coming in from 4-pin.
Little bit of a questionable play from the Shen there, because he's obviously trying to smack him when the Wukong has 3 long swords, like in the turn.
A little bit of impatience coming in from Set. But Echo is making very aggressive plays right now. He's throwing down the... it's not Snowball anymore, it's a Spitball. Goes in for the Thresh. Thresh a little bit low, but Echo will be taken down by Ren from the Kaisa. Not the Kaisa, oh my gosh. The Kalista. And that's something that you should be aware of when you're playing against a Callista. Don't underestimate her damage. She can really just take you from a 50% health to 3% just due to the amount of spears that she can land on you. Oh,
that's very true.
And if you notice, this Callista is picking up lethal tempo. That means that he is going to be able to... He knows... he would understand his patience as to when his spike comes in, because when you hit the initial damage from lethal tempo, it takes a few seconds until until your attack speed comes in, and that is when the Callista will strike.
Also, I've noticed that Callista's very mobile. I mean, she's got that, I believe she moves while she throws her spear or something, right? Or she's able to have more mobility compared to, like, other champions with their basics?
Yes, that is her passive skill. So every single spear she throws, she has the option to either not do anything, where she just continues throwing, or leap into a certain direction.
Ah. Because
So
I'm definitely looking at the play here, and I'm just like, wow, that's a very mobile champion. You know, like she's got a lot of movement. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, that definitely for me, you know, adds to the advantage of the champion.
So that's generally why just now Run mentioned about my top lane Kalista. Oh, okay, never mind. Metso going in for a dive. Will not be able to survive for long as Kaisa Picker presses the the stopwatch button, as Niski will be taken down again by the
Kalista.
Ooh, ZXQ, sorry, not ZXQC, ZXC just dies over to the turret. To the minions actually.
Oh, this is
Oh,
not
Shan
going
pressing
well
the ultimate
for-
button. Mr. Bear looking for an engage. Set is overstepping a little bit, gets hooked by the Thresh. Now, it's a 3 versus 2 situation. Echo only at level 5, will not be able to survive for long. It decides to back out. Set still in the gist of that fight. Ooh, there's a
Double kill.
considerate amount of damage onto the Lee Sin, but will not be able to survive, and they both come down. Metso looking for a cheeky engage. Just stops his recall. So regarding Kalista Top, so yeah, the problem with Kalista Top is that although she is a rather difficult character to play, the Shy actually IG Invectus Gaming's the Shy actually invented this idea, as he brings Kalista Top buying an item that buffs his attack speed when he's alone. When the enemy nearby is low. So
Which
if there's
is
no,
basically the top lane.
so yeah,
Most of the time.
So yeah, so in a 1v1 situation with that item, you get a lot of boost, and yeah. So if the enemy is a melee character, which most top laners are, Kalista Top has a very strong chance of killing that character. Ooh, Emotion pulling off a strong back kick as he takes down Mr. Bear.
Can you explain to Mo? Maybe he doesn't know what an insect is, or like
Okay.
a back kick.
So the insect is where the Lee Sin goes behind you and kicks you. That's basically what you call an insect. But
Okay.
the techniques behind the Lee Sin is rather complicated. So a tip I learned from watching one of the documentaries from the LEC actually. Ooh, never mind. I'll put that on hold as Kaisa lands a hook onto Niski, and ZXC lands a spear and rends Niski away from his life. Now Set going in again for a fight with Lazulite. Lazulite being patient, waits out the zone and takes down Set rather easily. Now ZXC tries to land the spear but will not be able to land it. Playing around the Lee Sin, will land a lot of spears onto Echo but will not be able to secure the kill. Ooh, Kaisa Picker landing the hook. This will be another kill going over to 4-pin.
You can tell that the game's really one-sided at this point.
Oh yeah, no, I was just thinking the exact same thing and trying to formulate my words, because it's 4-16 right now, only at 11 minutes into the game, and I'm like, wow.
I think the only way they can fully like exaggerate this one side is by all them buying Magi's again. You know. I don't think the team is really cooperating properly. They are all over the
Alright,
place.
so let's go
except
back
for that
to
one game.
this play right here. So over here, you see that the Lee Sin kicks the Azir backward, but a very unique technique is a very specific technique is used. So most Lee Sin player will know what happened there, but I want to call it out again for most of the other viewers. So you see Lee Sin coming in, he lands the Q. Actually he misses the Q, but he continues to go in. Now the thing he does is that he presses his ultimate button first, and then he flashes. Because when you use the ultimate, there is an animation where he kicks, and by flashing backwards, by clicking ultimate then flash, you instantly click him towards the direction that you want.
Thank you for the inside view. I also didn't know that. I used to play Lee Sin a lot when I was auto in the jungle, and I didn't really know how to insect. All I do is just, you know, Q, ward hop, and just kick.
That's yeah, that's the standard way of doing it. But yeah, so this is a for the more developed players, I guess, because you need to time it well and you need to know what you want to do when you do it. Ooh, oh, Echo
fighting
actually,
over the blue.
Echo actually being able to take down the blue buff, but will not survive for long as he pops the ultimate. Oh, never mind, chomps down, heals himself up for a little bit, but will again be chunked down by Lazulite. Now, Kai'Sa Picker going in really strongly, and Niski goes, Niski dies over again to the Kalista. Oh, and meanwhile, Lazulite dies at top.
Meanwhile. But yeah, Lazulite has been playing really well. I don't because he's gone so far. 6 kills.
Now, you may think that the Thresh is the weakest player here, but by no means. Although his numbers are not impressive, but you have to remember that he is just a support, and when a support can go through 14 minutes without a single death, that is patience. And he was able to keep his Kalista alive for so long and being able to feed the Kalista up to a 7-1 situation.
Wow.
The Thresh is coming in really strong as well.
That's some pretty good perspective right there. You know, especially if you're looking at it from a numbers perspective, you know, and considering his role. Very well played, Thresh. Played by Kai'Sa Picker 0, or is that an 000?
It's a 0-0.
000.
Yeah. It's practically a middle finger, by the way.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I actually knew someone who used something similar, although he used a 010, but it meant something completely different that I can't mention here.
So Set goes in for the taunt. We'll stop Lazulite for a little bit as Lazulite just casually walks away. Oh, Mr. Bear looking for a setup. Definitely wants to Shuriman Shuffle and shove the team in. Kalista seeing the play, flashes away from the shove. But Kai'Sa Picker will give his life over to the blue team. Meanwhile, Nakji comes in with a strong flamethrower burning down the entire blue team, turning blue to red. Oh, going in very strongly, leaves a dragon kick, but will not be able to secure the kill on Mr. Bear. That was a splendid play by the Kalista. He saw the Azir coming in. He flashes instantly. Props to the Azir as well. He did a very strong Shuriman Shuffle, but he had to follow up with a flash before pressing the ultimate button. And that small gap of time allowed Kalista to just flash away from there. Lazulite overstepping there a little bit, gives his life over to blue team as Emotion pops a Rift Herald and takes down the inhibitor turret.
It's one of the few times that I've actually seen a Rift Herald being popped so near to a base.
Did you know when the if a Rift Herald stays alive when the Nexus blows up, it dances there?
I've never seen that, so
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
but now I did.
Nobody does that literally. But yeah, maybe if you can get your team to work together well enough, maybe you'll see in the future. Ooh, hold up as Nakji gets continuously CC'd in that situation. Thresh throws a lantern, wants to save someone. Nakji picks up the lantern but will not survive for long as Emotion gets locked on by Mad Soul and Azure secures the kill.
Can definitely see the blue team just trying to survive, doing what they can, but it's pretty hopeless, in my opinion.
Well, they did get 2 kills. Okay, Ezreal got hooked, and he goes in. Lazulite will... Ooh, actually, Lazulite is full on health right now. he has already used his ultimate, which comes back out right now. He goes in for the spin. 4-person knocked up. Now will Kalista be able to turn this around? Uses the Ren, takes down 2. Going in for the 3rd. Gets the 3rd and the 4th go. Oh whoa, no, he gets the 4th and Lazarlight gets the Penta. Now I mean the unofficial Penta, the ace. Steals the Penta, there you go.
Yeah, well, it's an ace. It's pretty good. But, you know, matter of fact is no more blue team. And could be a GG.
Could be a GG.
I say could be, but we all know it is.
Yeah, with the amount of attack speed. Or maybe they're a-holes.
Oh, maybe.
They're back. Okay, maybe not. Okay, I take back what I said. They're just backing off. They're playing cautiously. They understand that blue team is coming up alive. Oh, don't give me that emoticon. I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. But yeah.
Do you think that was actually directed to us? From 3 minutes in the past?
I mean, it was on point. So yeah. He predicted what I was about to say. Anyways.
3 minutes in advance? Wow, you know, some precognition there.
Ooh, Mr. Bear disconnected there a little bit. As Emotion secures the dragon. Where's the pause? No pause coming. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I was. It's funny. I was just about to say they're so ahead. They don't need to pause. They're just like whatever.
No, it's Mr. Bear actually.
Oh, it's Mr. Bear. Sorry.
Mr.
Okay.
Bear, yeah, so it's they're so behind they don't want to pause.
Okay.
Oh, they're so. It's the other way around. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was the red team that needed to pause. My bad.
Alright, so looking at the itemization right now,
Oh my goodness.
there is a 16,000 gold difference right now going for both going towards 4-pin. And this is just going poorly for the blue team, as even the Ezreal haven't finished his Muramana, and before that he's not gonna get any sort of damage. Of course he's going for Trinity Force. When he gets that, a certain deal of damage will be there, but in this at this stage of the game, any amount of pokes won't be enough to really win you any fights.
Fair enough. I mean, it's pretty hopeless. Barely any chance. Unless they pull like some sort of weird magic trick and start killing 20 people. Getting 20 kills, sorry.
Yeah, I believe that's called hacks. Yeah, I believe that's what it's called.
It's called hacks.
But it's illegal, so no, don't do that. No.
Wow, you really go that way, huh? That's what I'm wondering. It's like, you know, most people wouldn't even mention that. It's like not even an option. But
I mean, that's an option. It has been there for like forever. People do that all the time. But just no, don't do that. No good.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, if we're gonna use hacks, you know, at least don't do it in a tournament format.
No, don't do it at all. Don't tilt me in. Don't encourage them. What was that? No.
I'm just saying, whatever you do in your own, keep
Riot,
it away from
Riot, whatever you've done with Valorant, put it on League of Legends, please. I don't want any cheaters. Thank you.
I mean, have you guys ever met a cheater like in game? When you're ranking up.
There is like the
not in LOL.
there is the function where I forgot what it's called, where like just graphs on your map on your screen, so you know where to dodge when they send it.
Oh, I mean, I heard Mobile Legends has like a lot of hackers.
I mean, it happens.
Is it true? I don't.
I don't. Yeah, I don't play that game either. So, but eventually any games will have cheaters, one way or the other.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Scripting. I forgot. I remember now. Scripting. So scripting is another way of cheating as well.
My team. I really need the LP.
Now, blue team desperately trying to defend will have a few of the teammates holding down mid lane, but Nagji coming in very strong with the flamethrower, clears out the wave almost immediately.
Do you think there's something that that the blue team can do to try and stall the game?
At this stage of the match, it really falls onto how big of a mistake 4-pin will make. As Matzo goes in, will be taken down really quickly, as he is just... At this point, all the tanks on the blue team are laminated paper. That's what they are. They are slightly sturdy. They will hold their own for a little bit, but if you take a knife, a spear, a hook, a monk's punch, fire, a staff, just put it through, that laminated paper won't last for long.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they are showing the dominance. They're going in for another kill. Mad Soul will be taken out.
Wow, what a great display of showboating within League of Legends game.
4pin survives that engage as well. So there's
we should have figured that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So in that situation, you notice how they were still going for it, right? So the thresh went end. It would be an end to give away the kill, but that's another strong thing of a Kalista. So if your support or the person you're linked to is ever in any source of danger, by hitting the R button, you pull him out of that situation instantly, regardless if he's stunned, if he's silenced, anything. Just press that out button and whoever you're linked with is safe now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, one thing that we should have considered was, I mean, we made a lot of funny jokes about the fact that, you know, pros blaming that one guy, but it is still possibly a normal team going up against 4 professional players. Hence the mismatch.
Yes, definitely so. So there's a little bit of there's quite a gap of a difference in skill, but don't give up. I mean, it's just inexperience right now. Eventually, okay, so for the blue team, their composition is definitely fun. I really see what they're trying to do. If you're talking about composition wise, if we don't look at skill levels, I actually favor the blue side a little bit more, just with the Nunu and the Shen. If these two played with a certain set of knowledge against the opponent, the Nunu was already able to pick a few catches off the red team. And if the Shen was able to survive a little bit longer in the top lane and farm up a little bit longer, more as the game goes on, it gets tankier and tankier. Him and the Nunu will be able to create a gap to keep the Ezreal and Azir safe. And at that point, they will be very strong to go up against. But at the end of the day, composition, it only brings you so far. You need to actually practice to get the actual skills to play that well.
Of course, it's like having a fast car, but if you can't race, you're pretty hopeless.
Most definitely. I'm still confused. How do you change to how do you see other persons? It's okay. Regardless, if we have to give an MVP to 4pen, who are your picks?
Who?
This is a hard one.
Lazulite.
Lazulite.
Yeah, you know, the way he really moved with the Wukong, and you know, it's just his fights in the top lane were pretty amazing, you know, and he got the first blood, and after that I was just like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, you know, he's gonna get a lot of kills. So yeah, I would have to say Lazulite is the MVP for me, you know, that and but then again, in terms of stats though, in terms of I think the Kalista played by ZZXXXCC. So I'm gonna change. Kalista is the MVP for me.
It goes for me as well. I was about to say, for games like this, I'm going with hard stats because look at that amount of damage. He was able to secure a lot of damage, and he personally secured quite a bit of dragons as well. So like during the rending session, when you throw the spears, when you stack it up, you could potentially just take away 1,000 health from the dragon.
That is true.